We continue our working day, and now I give the floor to Lieutenant Colonel Dmytro Gutsulyak, the spokesman of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. Good morning. I'm glad to see you at our briefing. The President of Ukraine signed a decree on decision of the National Defense and Security Council from 20 May 2016 on Strategic Defense Bulletin of Ukraine. This is a document developed based on the overview of the military policy and doctrine of Ukraine till 2020. It will be a roadmap of the defense reform and identifies the ways and introduces the principles that are adhered to by the NATO states. So a strategic bulletin now is worked on, and special programs are developed on the basis of the bulletin to modernize the system and units of military equipment and construction of military facilities. Ukraine, as OSCE member state, continues to adhere to its international obligations in the framework of agreements on control on conventional weapons. Ukrainian armed forces cooperate with international defense organizations that strengthen the trust between states. Because of aggression of Russia against Ukraine, new forms of cooperation with OSCE were implemented according to Vienna document of 2011 on the measures of strengthening the trust and security. OSCE member states can know about the activities of Ukrainian armed forces and other formations, and Ukraine do not limit the territory for inspection. Increased inspection groups from 4 to 10 people, and it extended the period from 48 hours to 14 hours, and this demonstrates to the world community that Ukrainian armed forces are open for cooperation. And from the start of 1980, there were 20 inspections of foreign states in the framework of Vienna document. And also Ukrainian side carried out 2 inspections in the territory of Russia, and with consultations of foreign partners, Ukraine took part in 4 surveillance flights above the territory of Russian Federation, together with observers from Sweden, Germany, the USA, France, and Canada. Twice Ukrainian inspectors took part in surveillance flights above the territory of Russian Federation in group with Romania, Great Britain, and the USA as the guest inspectors. Also in 2016, Ukraine carried out a surveillance flight together with the inspectors from Canada and Great Britain, and 3 such flights are planned. Surveillance flight give the opportunity to get operative information about military activities of Russian Federation, especially along the Ukrainian and Russian border. And through OSCE network, official reports are provided, and in this way, world community can get information about social and political situation in Ukraine. In special inspection groups in Ukraine, their presence testify that we are active participant of international agreements on control over conventional weapons, and that we adhere to our international obligations. Lithuanian, Poland, and Ukrainian brigades continue Anaconda 16 training that will be in Nova Deba firing ground in Poland from 6th to 17th of January. The commander of this brigade, Dmytro, said that this is very important training, and it is wonderful opportunity to cooperate with the partners, and it helps to increase the level and to establish trust among servicemen. And the Deputy Commander of Litpol Ukrbrig, Colonel of Ukrainian Armed Forces Vladimir Yudanov, stressed that this is an important step from the start of this training from the 26th of January 2016, and they will have Anaconda 16 provides the opportunity to coordinate actions and to establish cooperation with the partners and potential partners. Ukrainian regiment of the 8th Detached Assault Brigade also cooperated with their Polish colleagues, and they will use the units at the tactical level, and Anaconda 16 training is carried out in Poland, and more than 31,000 servicemen from 23 countries of the world will take part. So according to state military order and yearly plan of procurement, the military concluded 105 contracts and additional agreements for 3,380 million hryvnias. Also, they plan to conclude 221 state contracts. And for the development of military equipment, they envisage 6,875 million hryvnias. According to the state military order during last week, they supplied 4 new MAS cars, 7 cars, 2 armored tractors, and 2 sets of geodetic complexes. From the start of the year, the state enterprises supplied to the armed forces about 3,200 units of military equipment and 58,000 of ammunition. This is armored vehicles, artillery systems, aviation engines, small arms, tactical knives, radio location system, and communication equipment, and other. So during last week, repair brigades of the armed forces of Ukraine and state enterprises returned to the ATO area 500 units of weaponry and military equipment. These are tanks, anti-aircraft systems, armored vehicles, howitzers, and anti-tank complexes. So from the start of ATO operation, they deployed the system of technical supply, and it allowed to repair 48.5 thousand units of military equipment. And effective repair works at the enterprises is provided by the representative offices of the Ministry of Defense, and they prevented excessive spending for the sum of 596 million hryvnias. Moreover, the military representative offices also provided the transfer of 4,132,000 hryvnias to special fund of the Ministry of Defense for repair and quality control of the works to other law enforcement structures. And also, according to the audits and risk management, the Ministry of Defense prevented losses for the sum of 112,000 hryvnias after the auditors assessed the draft agreements on procurement and additional agreements. And on the whole, in 2016, the ministry prevented losses of 88 million hryvnias. Also, they established risks in management of funds and property for the sum of 2.5 million hryvnias. The ministry also announces the photo contest that is called Army Rebirth. It is devoted to the 25th anniversary of the independence of Ukraine. So it till the 4th of July 2014, you can download the photos in the new army.in.ua, and on the 24th of August, these works will be presented in the exhibition, and it will be on. These photos should show how the rebirth of the army started and how our army was revived. And these photos, they will be presented on the photo exhibition that is called Army Rebirth, and also there will be a printed edition where the best photos will be included. Also, the organizers plan to carry out a cycle of discussions about a revival of the army, and the servicemen, sociologists, and writers and scientists will be invited. Also, there will be special photo service at the ministry, and they will train the specialists for professional work with photo materials of the ministry, and in order to provide quality photos to journalists and other interested parties. And the first step in this direction is the creation of official page of the Ministry of Defense in photo Flickr, and in this way, they created an opportunity. You can find the information and photos you need with the help of the keywords, and you will be able to get important information from this resource, and this provides the opportunity to get photo content for the news you need. Thank you. The next press briefing is at 11.